All right, so specific to your marketing of yourselves, so on the Canva website, there are several different categories here that you can focus on for your everyday marketing. I like to pop into social media, and the trick with Canva is that it will do a lot of the legwork for you. However, it may be worth it to pay the $12 to go ahead and upgrade, because you'll have access to a couple different things that is not typically offered on the free account. And quick hack, if you know any teachers in your life that you're good friends with, if they'd be willing to, create the account for you or create an account for themselves and share it with you, teachers get to utilize Canva for free for education. So my wife's a teacher, so I'm able to kind of hack in a way because she gets that benefit. But if you know any educators in your life, they do get Canva absolutely free. And if they're willing to share their information with you, then now you get it for free. All right, so of course I talk a lot about Instagram being the main way to operate. If you're on my page, you see that a lot of my content is strictly Reels. So they've got some done for you templates here that I use on a regular basis. I like to mix video with imagery when and all possible, simply because it just makes your Reels more engaging. And we all know, our attention spans are getting shorter as individuals. So the more engaging you can make your content, the better. So I'll pick this post right here, for example. And what it will do is it will allow me to edit it in any capacity that I choose to. As you see here, the video is already a preset video that's done here. But if you look at it, it's only about 7 seconds long in length by default. So if you ever wanted to make your reel a lot longer using this template, for example, you can simply drag this end of the video to as long as you want to make it. My rule of thumb is to try to keep your videos under 30 seconds if possible. Sometimes I go over that amount, but if you want your video to have the strongest chance of virality, keep your recordings to 30 seconds or less. Has anybody here, put your hands up, seen one of those Reels or TikToks where the person isn't saying anything, but they're just kind of like, it's like bing, bong, and that's all it is. It's like just them doing a weird, okay, Aaron has. Those individuals are essentially hacking the algorithm when they don't really say much of anything and they just kind of, point to some information. By keeping it as short as possible, you have the strongest ability to get more and more viewers that'll see, oh, okay, what's this going on with these quirky noises and all this and all that? And you're just literally pointing to information. So if you're not quite comfortable talking to individuals in a video, at minimum, y'all, please show your face when at all possible, just because your next client is gonna wanna know who it is that they're working with. And even if you may not feel like what you're saying is wholly accurate, that's all right. They just want to see who you are, and 9 times out of 10, they just want to know that you are knowledgeable in what you're talking about. Aaron has a question. Go ahead. You can come off mute, Aaron.
I just wanted to say it's so true what you said. People, like, you have to put the information out there. So I, for the first time last week, did a video about a program, and it was just so crazy because I got a call from a client and I was just like, what? Like, it just blew my mind. And I was just like,
Let's go.
Oh my gosh, I have to continue to put out information because people are listening. And the lady was interested in the program. She actually applied for the program, and it was just crazy because it was just like, wow, it's that easy. You just have to put yourself out there. And it was my first time ever doing a video on any social media platform. Right. So yeah, thank you.
No, that's fantastic news. Yeah, and the thing about it is that if you all travel like I do, in any capacity, even around your city, I'm always looking up hashtags for, many of you, some of you newer folks don't know this, but I'm vegan. My wife and I are vegan. So whenever we're going to a city, it's very hard to find food places if we've never been there. So I'm always looking up hashtag vegan Chicago or hashtag vegan Miami. And so by you all putting your videos out there and creating hashtags, New Jersey Realtor, or not even just the state, but niching it down specifically to your particular part of New Jersey, for example, in every single video post, people will find you. I'm telling you, And that's amazing, Aaron. So kudos to you on executing on that. So jumping back into this video here. So for example, if I wanted to edit this particular video and put something specific to me, it's very easy to do that on Canva. You don't have to be a graphic designer to do this. It's really not hard at all. All you simply have to do is you pick a template. Let's just say this is a real nice one, by the way. This looks like a phone. So if you're on it, for example, let's use this one. Well, which one do you guys want to use? Y'all pick one. Y'all want to rock with what's here, or do you want me to edit something else? So I want to make sure this is tactical for you guys. Okay, all right. So hypothetically, I could title this, real estate. Let's call it real estate realness. That could be a cool kind of series name, if you will. So every time I post a video on real estate, I'm gonna call it real estate realness, with Marvin or something like that. You have the ability to edit anything you see within any of these fields here in most cases. But the video file here is what I'm gonna show you guys how to tweak. So you'd simply go to your uploads, and then you upload the files. And I'll just pull one of my videos that I just posted on social media, one of my raw videos. You just save it on your desktop. If you're on MacBooks, PCs, wherever, it doesn't matter. Just save it on your desktop, open it from here. Now it's uploaded or uploading. And all I have to do in order to replace this image here with my video is simply drag my happy looking self. And you see here, as I'm dragging it here, you see how it's already populating with the video file? Let me do that. Okay, there it is. All right, so now, instead of the video that's there, of course, it now has my video. So if I wanna just tweak it a little bit, now I'm kind of really getting customized. All you have to do is just click on the area. If you wanna tweak the outer part, you just click on the outer part of the video and it'll allow you to drag it up, drag it down. If you want to tweak the actual video file, you'll click inside of the video, and you see how you can kind of see the top of my head is kind of sticking out of here. I want to drag this down a little bit more. It may not allow me to just because of how big the file is, but okay, bam, I just did it. So now I've dragged that down, but I want folks to see my captions. And I already did a video showing you guys how to add captions to your videos. But now, if I click play, now I've got a video that is not just myself, but now it looks a little bit more customized, right? So maybe if you guys wanted to, you could put your name here. Everybody's state is different, but here in Georgia, I would simply put my name and then put my number in this section here, and then put my broker's number right after. Your state may not require you to do that. But now you have a template essentially that you can use on a regular basis when you're creating social media content that you could call it, chopping it up with Cherie or kicking game with Kia. I don't know. I'm just kind of throwing some different options out there. But you have something that now looks completely unique to everyone else on the internet. Anybody have any questions about this before we move on to another example? All right. Are you guys kind of testing this out on your own end on the tab, and you just kind of, playing around with it just to see what you're able to create?
I have a quick question. How do you, because that's just something I've been having trouble with on Canva, like just to move the picture up or down, like, is there a special something that we have to click?
The picture as in, for this example here, are you referring to where I am or something else?
Well, I don't want you to move the actual video, but like say like I wanted to move that box below it down.
This here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you see how if I'm moving the mouse, it looks like just a straight up arrow, right? You see my mouse? How it looks like an arrow? Now, as soon as I mouse over into this particular section, this is called a stack. So you see how the mouse now changes into a 4-sided arrow?
Yes.
All you have to do is you can either move what's within the space like that. But if you want to move the entire, let's say we want to move this entire thing here, then I would hold left click, and then drag completely over the entire area that I want to move. So now that I've held left click and dragged over the complete area, now you can drag the entire thing down. Is that what you were referring to?
Yes. Okay.
That's
Thank
what you're
you.
referring to? All right.
Yes.
So this is just one example. I really like this. I may actually use this week. I like the little hearts here. This looks super social. So like if I'm looking at this, I'm actually going to call this real estate realness. So you guys are seeing firsthand what's going to be my next post for social media. But now let's talk about, so this is just an example on something you can do with video. So just to recap, you would simply go back to your main canva.com page. You will click on either Instagram Reel right here. And then as I mentioned, you can pick from the templates that are here. I would not say to reinvent the wheel. Just go with one that you like. This one looks cool. Looks like a lady on the beach. I wish I was on the beach right now. That's pretty awesome. The social media event of the year. This is this is just a sky. You can do a lot of things with it. Now, typically with something like this, let me click on this, for example. Typically what you guys see right here, if you're on social media, you typically will see a lot of individuals post like a tweet or something over this. Have y'all seen that? Raise your hand if you've seen where it's just like a backdrop of something and then someone posts a screenshot of a tweet or something like that. So that's something that you actually can do within Canva. I'm a video guy, so I'm always going to suggest that you actually put yourselves out there on camera, but you can do something like this as well, just to fill in the gaps if you don't have anything in mind that you want to post on a given day. But I want everybody here to prayerfully consider posting something on your social media that is video only every single day. So this right here, for example, this option gives you the ability to literally copy and paste a tweet, and you can take that tweet, post it on a video, and now you've still created a video even though you yourself are not getting on camera. But the algorithm will shift more attention to any page that posts more video related content. So that's just another idea, is you can put yourself out there on a video, or you can put a tweet or something. If anybody here is on Twitter, you can just copy and paste the tweet, and I'll show you exactly how to do that. Let me actually show you better than I can tell you. All right, so we'll go to twitter.com/sold by Marvin, and what I'll do here, just to show you exactly what I mean, I'll send a tweet right now. You need to be on video rapido. All right, so I'm gonna post that as a tweet. Now I've got my tweet right here. So if you're on a MacBook, this is how you will, is there anyone here not on a MacBook? Okay, you're not on MacBook. Do you know how to screenshot, Aaron, from your computer? Like to take a screenshot? Okay. Typically, if you're on a PC, you'll simply press the print screen button. If you're on a Windows PC, you should see the print screen button. That'll allow you to...
Oh, I do see that. Interesting.
Yeah, that'll allow you to screenshot. But if you're on a MacBook, you would simply, to screenshot anything, a tweet, a picture, whatever, you would simply press Command-Shift-4. And now it gives me the ability to copy this entire tweet. And then we're gonna go back to Canva. Where did you go? Okay, we're gonna go back to Canva. And now, as I mentioned, every single day, I want you guys posting something on your social media. What you tweet could be today's Georgia real estate news or today's New Jersey real estate news. Home purchases are down 10% year over year from May of 2022, something like that. But just some relevant fact that you see on these real estate streets, either in the news or on social media. That's all you got to do. I mean, it's really as basic as I can explain it. It's when I tell you guys, my content is really not rocket science in any capacity. But I'm gonna simply just take a tweet that I just posted right now. I've uploaded it here, and now I've added it to the backdrop of this video. All right. Now, all I would need to do on this is put some funky music with it, so I'd post it as a reel. I'd select some trending audio, and I always just go with what sounds good. I'm here in Atlanta, so I tend to post a lot of Outkast, because Outkast is one of the greatest groups of all time. But that's all you got to do. And so when I'm ready to post this video, I would simply click the share button, download. You download it as an MP4 video, and that's it. This is going to be my next post. So if any of you follow me on social media, you're going to see this post as soon as we get off of this call. All right, so a couple more things I want to show you guys specific to open houses. Canva has a lot of pre-done open house material for you. When you have your next open house, for example, where you're hosting for somebody, I want you guys to go here to Canva, type in open house, and I'm gonna take some volunteers here. Who would like to volunteer to pick one of these templates for me? All right, go ahead, Aaron, pick one for me.
Let's select, you want to scroll down a little bit? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like this one here. That's actually the one I just used for my open house. The one here that says, you can't really see it. I guess it's a brown open house. It has the house at the top and then the 3 pictures of the inside on the left-hand side.
This one right here?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So so you created a flyer already using Canva?
Correct.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So you'd simply click customize this template. Now, for something like this here, did you use pictures from the listing? Did you just take pictures and then post it here, or you just left the stock photography that was there? Oh, I can't hear you.
Sorry, I took it from the MLS, pictures that were used in the MLS.
Awesome. All right, so what you could do with this, for example, is you could copy what's written here and have something like ChatGPT rewrite this for you to make it more prolific sounding, or you can take what the listing agent has already indicated there and then just copy and paste it here. But what I really like about this is that you can change any of these items here to fit, how you like to create your content. For me, I think that this is kind of too wordy, personally speaking. What I would have done with this listing, for example, this open house here, is I would have kept the open house part. I would have kept the relevant information like the date and the time. I would have indicated how much it's worth, but I would have shortened this here completely. I would have put something like 10 minutes from Publix, 10 minutes from Topgolf, in the, let's just say hypothetically, DeKalb schools, school system. I would have put relevant information that many of you all as individuals that came through would have wanted to know. I'd have put that here in the open house, because ultimately I'm not reading what's here. I'm looking at the pictures, because I'm a visual guy. So if the pictures look on point, like this home here looks very well updated, that's going to make me come to the open house. I would even say to indicate here, free Visa gift card giveaway in big bold letters. I would show up to an open house if I see that I can get something from it. But all this descriptive information here, I would say just take all this out and simply put, the features. Maybe you drag this up a little bit here, and then you drag all this here up just to bring that up a little bit more. And then you'll put somewhere in this space here, again, logistical information, school system, restaurants, etiquette. Go ahead, Sheree, you had a question?
Yeah, what do you do when you have, when you're hosting an open house and the pictures are not as appealing as they should be? I know I took a flyer and I kind of messed with like the color a little bit of like the pictures, because like it was visibly like dirty looking on the outside. So like, what do you do in those situations?
So, great question. So it was dirty looking on the outside, but the inside was on point?
Yeah, for the most part. Like there were areas that we kind of stood away from because, clearly it needs to be updated, but there were other, parts of the interior that were pretty nice. So, we kind of like chose those pictures. But
yeah,
they could have.
So if Google Photos doesn't have a better picture than the MLS does, because sometimes if you Google the address, it'll have an older picture from whenever the last time Google satellite, took a screenshot of the home. If that is not the case, then I would stick with interior pictures only, where you're highlighting, the background. Heck, if there's a community pool, I'd put that picture in there. I wouldn't even put pictures of the actual house itself. I would just highlight updated sections of the inside, and then some landmark like a park or pool or something that's actually in the community. I learned that hack from another agent that had a listing where the outside of the home, it was painted like a weird color. It was no HOA, so the outside was, let's just say it was blue, the home. But the inside was very nicely updated, so they just took pictures of the actual community as the main focal picture and then updated pictures of the inside. We didn't know till we pulled up that it was blue on the outside, but it was no big deal because there was no HOA, so they were going to paint it anyway when they bought the home. But yeah, so I would definitely use something like this and I forgot to say this. If you wanted to, you could even add a QR code to this post here, for example. So does anyone here not know how to generate a QR code? Okay, Aaron doesn't. Okay, so Kia and Cherie, you know how to generate QR codes? Okay, good, awesome. All right, so Aaron, it's real easy. You just go to free QR code generator, and what you could do, actually within KV Core, you actually can pull a QR code for the home. I completely forgot that. So let's just go to a listing here, for example, in my area. And then I'll show you guys how to do this. All right, so let's go to 1701 Hingham. All right, and so you would, where is that QR code? All right, so you go to more actions here. Then you click on generate QR code. So now you can screenshot this, again, if you're on a PC, or press on a Mac, Command Shift 4. And then all you do is just drag it over the entire area. So now I've got the QR code for this particular listing. And all I would do is go back to my home here. Again, hitting the upload button. Upload the QR code that I just took. Now I've got a QR code for this listing. This isn't a QR code, of course, for this actual home, but I just simply drag it. And then all you got to do is find a corner. If you ever want to resize an image that you drag, you find one of the corners, left click it, and then simply move your mouse down until it gets to a comfortable size. So now you can simply write something like, learn more about this property by scanning this QR code. So now what that does for you is it keeps this from being so busy. You notice how it's like a lot of words and all this stuff going on here. I would just take all of this out personally. I'm a very minimalist type of agent. So I would simply indicate learn more about this property by scanning this QR code, but I would put free Visa gift card giveaway, 10 miles from Gwinnett County Schools, 10 miles from, just pick a very nice landmark that's there, and then just suggest that they scan that QR code. What that'll do is it'll actually give you all the ability to know who is looking at your content when you're putting it out there. Because if they actually scan that QR code, that's going to feed them into your KV Core system, and you're going to know that you're going to get an alert that somebody is looking at this particular information. And that's ultimately what any of this that we're doing, whether we're on social media, print media, like what we're looking at now, you want to get people into your CRM, because if they're there, now you got them, and now you have the ability to communicate with them on a regular basis through KV Core. Kia, you got a question?
I don't have a question, but I just wanted to mention one thing I did for my open house this weekend. I think on Thursday, when she let me know that I could host the open house, I went into KV Core and created, I think it was called a campaign. I was just playing around in KV Core, and I posted that on my Facebook business page, and I actually generated a few leads from that. One just actually came through a few minutes ago, so that was helpful too.
Nice.
So I'm probably going to end up reaching out to them. So that did help with generating a couple of people for the open house.
So tell us the steps again, because we're going to have folks that's going to listen to this replay. Tell us the steps again that you follow, because this is super helpful.
I went into KV Core and I created, let me get back to it so I can make sure I'm saying it correctly.
Mm-hmm.
I went into KV Core and I went to marketing.
Okay, so I'm going to go into KV Core now. So just direct me to where you went. So that
I went into Smart Campaigns, I believe.
Okay, Smart Campaigns. All right.
Manage campaigns. I did ad campaigns.
Right.
And let me just make sure I'm doing it right.
Start campaign when the lead is new. Is that what you did?
Actually, it wasn't a campaign. I'm sorry. I went into lead engine and I built a landing page. That's what I did.
Okay.
I went into KV Core. I went into lead engine, build landing page, and I went and copied the link from my EXP website for that listing, and I pasted the link into the landing page.
Yep.
And it generated a link for me, and I just posted that link onto Facebook.
Nice.
And if someone clicks into the link, you can give them 2 chances to view the home, or you can give them 1 chance to view the home before it asks for their information.
Yep. These are all services that are part of your $85, folks that are watching and listening later on the replay. So way to take advantage of that. Technology is how, we look like we're all around the same age, and this is a young man's game, a young woman's game, and it is hyper important to do the regular old school stuff where you might text a few folks and let them know you're gonna be hosting an open house and you'd like them to stop by. But leveraging technology, especially if you're on a place like Facebook and you have 400, 500 friends, they talk about it all the time that Facebook doesn't allow us to create business pages and market that to our personal friends, but you can take a link from your business page and then drop it on your Facebook timeline. So I'm assuming that's something along the lines of what you did, Kia, as far as taking a business link and posting it?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. All right, so that's pretty much it. I mean, ultimately, I want everybody here. Now you have an option to create content on the fly that looks a little bit more customized for me than what EXP offers. I think EXP's marketing is a good start. But I personally, I'm a brand guy. So ultimately, if you decide you want to focus more on building your personal brand, which is my hope and my prayer for everybody here, then you'll take advantage of that. Now, I want to show you guys one more thing before I let y'all go. Does anyone here not have a business logo? Everybody here has a logo? Oh, okay. Aaron said she does not. What about you, Kia?
Yes, I created one in Canva a while ago, but I mean, I probably will update it. That's the one I first started playing around with Canva.
All right, and Cherie, you said you have a logo? Okay, awesome. So EXP allows us to rock out with our own logo. So I would just throw that, and you just have to put, the brokered by EXP or whatever next to it. But I'd throw that here just for compliance sake. And then of course your number, your website, and then your email address. But this looks great. I would print, a couple of these and drop this in the neighborhood. If I'm going to be hosting an open house, that'd be the only cost that I would say. You don't have to necessarily print it in color unless you got the hookup on it. But I would just say print it in black and white. That's perfectly fine. The most important thing is that your QR code is there and that you're telling people what's in it for them. That's how you get folks to buy your product. That's how Amazon works because they allow you, if you have 24 hours, you can get free shipping on anything else you order after you make your original order. And that always works for me. I'm like, okay, you know what? I need some coffee. Let me go ahead and throw that in the deal because I got 24 hours to get it for free. It works the exact same way. Incentivize individuals to come out and see what you got going on by offering them something to do it. All right, so let's say you have a client that you want to do a listing presentation for. There is a presentation function that's offered here that I just want to show you guys here quickly that you can take advantage of. Or let's do this. I'll take it one step further. I'm gonna just type in real estate. That way it'll give us all of the options currently available for templates related to real estate. So let me find a good one here that is a actual presentation. Hold on one second. All right, so we'll go with category. All right, and we'll go to marketing and go to newsletter. All right, excellent. All right, so also in your KV Core, you do have the ability to send out newsletters to your clients. Here's some really good templates that you could essentially take bullet points from other news articles, clip that up, and then you put it in your own personal newsletter that you send out to your database. Again, clients will want to work with the individual that educates them the most in areas that they were not aware of that matter to them. So something that I'm working on right now, using a combination of AI and ChatGPT, is I am personally working on a newsletter that I'm going to utilize for my database. And I'm literally going on places like, NAR.com, Realtor.com, anything related to real estate news. And not just those areas, but home and garden. I'm going to go on HGTV. I'm going to look at the articles that are posted there related to homes, and I'm going to take bullet points of those and put them on a curated newsletter. As well, in your area, if you know that there's a new business, let's say Amazon is coming to your particular part of your city, or some new restaurant or bar is opening up in the area, you have the ability to become the neighborhood knowledge broker. And this Canva will make you look incredibly professional in doing it. So if you follow, for example, I follow a couple places called related to Atlanta news, such as Access ATL. That's a really good page that lets me know what's going on in the city of Atlanta and different events. But for whatever your city is, try to find a reliable news hub and then follow them on social media, and then just rip off and duplicate the information that they're putting out there and add it into your newsletter. Of course, you should give them credit. If you got it from a particular source, you should credit that source. But check this out here. This is a 2-page newsletter here that you could call it, Homes with Cherie or Homes with Aaron or whatever the case is. And now you've got information that maybe I'd put a picture here of a new water park that's in the area with a little bit of information on it, and then cite the source. Maybe I'd put here one of my favorite restaurants. You have a lot of creativity at your disposal, and Canva allows you to be able to convey that creativity in a manner that looks very, very professional. So take advantage of this. This is something that I don't think enough agents are utilizing. A lot of folks are just outsourcing this stuff to other people, that's not even here in the United States. And for me, Canva is absolutely free. The majority of these items here are absolutely free. So take advantage of it. Make sure, of course, that you're compliant and that you're putting all the relevant information to EXP. But this person here, whomever this is, you could replace this with your picture. And now you've got, again, a newsletter that you can create on a regular basis and send out to your database.
And so once you create something like this, you can then take what you've created, put it in KV Core, and have KV Core push it out.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Let me show you.
That. Yeah.
All right, let me show you. All right, so all you would do is go to so I would go to all my leads here, and then I would simply click mass email. Once it loads up here, it'll give me the ability. Okay, so I click on everybody here, and then I'll click mass email. And here's where you would paste it. So you could put a subject line like, springtime cleaning or something like that. I don't know. And then you would simply, hold on, let me just put that there. Okay. So you would simply, it gives you a few templates that you can add in here, but you would simply, type whatever message here. I would change this, of course, but I do want to leave these, this code here. This code is what this means is that it's gonna take the individual's name that's already in my system and plug their name here as the first name. And then this will automatically plug in my first and last name after the message. But you could simply copy and paste it into here as far as the link to your newsletter. So you would just click this button here if you wanted to insert link, or if there's a source code, which is kind of a deep dive that we can talk about on our one-on-one call. Cherie, if you want to do this, once you do have a newsletter generated, you can actually host it through Canva and then basically share the code, and it'll automatically populate it here for anyone to click and check it out. So that's one way that you can mass send out a newsletter to your database.
What about the ChatGPT thing? I know you mentioned rephrasing that paragraph.
Yes.
For the open house. Mm-hmm. When I put that, copy and paste that into the ChatGPT, what exactly should I be asking it to rephrase it?
Great question. All right. So on ChatGPT, all right. So let me try to find that, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. Great question. Okay, here you go. Right here. All right. So I would copy this entire statement. And then anytime you want ChatGPT to rewrite something, you would simply say, rephrase this statement. And then you'd start a quotation before the item that you want them to rephrase. You would paste the information and then close the quotation. So you'll simply say, rephrase this statement. And then it will rephrase the statement. So this is kind of
I'm like, boom.
Right, boom. Yeah. This is kind of a low-key way to legally plagiarize, if you will, meaning that if you see an article that you really like and you don't want to copy it verbatim, right, because that would be very bad, you could simply ask ChatGPT to rephrase that statement, and so it'll rewrite it. And let me show y'all something else that it does pretty neat here. But if you're not a writer, that's all right. ChatGPT will do the work for you. So if I ask it to rephrase this and make it informal, now it's going to rewrite this in a more, like talking to a friend. So you look at the original statement here, experience the allure of this exquisite residence, blah, 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 blah. But if I say to rephrase this and make it informal, let's see what it does with it. All right. Y'all see this? You got to check out this amazing house. It's got it all. This sounds like a regular person explaining this. I'm here in the South, so I might add a little bit more of a little drawl on this, but you can even ask ChatGPT, and this is on any and all marketing that you're doing. So to all you all's points, when you have your next open house coming up, you can ask something like ChatGPT to say, write a 150 word explanation on my upcoming open house in Decatur, Georgia, or wherever. And then you can even be very nuanced and say something like, and highlight the finished basement. Stinking. All right. You can't beat this with a stick, man. This is amazing, right? Look at this. Look, it's just giving it, look at all this. It's just a bunch of, all I did was tell it to talk about my open house. Obviously, if what you're looking at here, you wouldn't want to copy it verbatim. You'll want to read it because it is a computer program. You'll want to add in what's relevant to your listing. But as I mentioned to each one of you, because all of you all had reached out to me about having an open house, you want to make sure you highlight one amazing thing about that home in your actual marketing of it on your social media. But on the actual flyer itself, I would just say, again, keep it very minimalist and then put your QR code on there. But on your actual text marketing to friends, family, your network, ChatGPT has done the work for you. So I would throw this on my newsletter. Let's go. We got about 8 more minutes here. Write a 100-word newsletter on prepping your home for a listing. Look, I mean, this right here. This is a newsletter right here. This is a newsletter. You know why? Because spring and summer is one of the top times that individuals are going to be selling their homes. This is like our busy time. So you all are really in a really good opportunity to leverage technology. But look, this is a newsletter right here. And if I were to say, make it longer, it'll make it longer. And again, you can add your own flavor to it, your own voice, your own cadence, but 90 to 95% of the work has been done. So now you have a newsletter that you can generate on a regular basis to your network. And ultimately you want to bring people to your KV core. So when you create something like this in KV core, which will probably be another training on how to create a newsletter in KV core using a combination of Canva and what's already there, you can literally ask something like ChatGPT to give you 12 ideas. So now every single month of the year, you have a newsletter idea that you can recycle every single year and just make it relevant for 2023, 2024, so on and so forth. But now you have a way to stay top of mind with individuals that may not be ready to buy, but they will appreciate the helpful information that you're sending them on a regular basis. And when they're ready, they're gonna reach out to Kia, Aaron, Cherie, and anybody else listening to this because you guys are leveraging technology.